This episode of GMK is brought to you by Devil's Gap Marina, located at the end of Matheson Bay Road on beautiful Lake of the Woods and open all year round.
Good morning, Kenora.
Good morning. Good morning.
Very, very chipper of you.
I know. I was going to say double today, but it's kind of like a couple of days late now.
Yeah, a little bit too late.
Oh, well.
Maybe some people are just shaking off top of the day today.
You know what? It was, I don't know about you, but it was a rocket. I know I wasn't here yesterday because you probably talked about it, but oh well, we're going to talk about it today because I'm here today.
I know why you were here today. You were like, I'm sick.
No.
Hung over.
No, it wasn't that at all, but it was a fun.
Yeah?
Like, you know what? Honestly, I have to say this. Like, you know how you have things that are all continuous and everything? Pat Brett is like, I don't, like, he's just.
Fun?
He's fun. Like, so much fun. Like, people come out. They're big, Joe, like, you know, and like, I don't even really know if he's really Irish or he just acts it or whatever, but Pat, like, he was getting people dancing and getting up and singing with him. It was like amazing. And it was like an older crowd. I know, I am so, I don't know what's wrong with me today.
Well, you know.
I'm just happy.
You're back on the show with me.
Well, yeah, okay.
Don't even
Yes,
no.
yes.
Don't do it. I'm going to apologize to our guests because now we're not going to have time for them to be on the show. Dave Canfield, very sorry for you wasting your time showing up. And Deb Novak, you know what? We love triple play, but apparently it's a Dance to the Stars marathon episode. I'm going to go to sleep. Tracy, take it away.
No, you know, it's okay because there's not really much to say.
Okay.
Because it just started last night.
Oh, right.
So there's a couple of them that I don't know, and a couple of my Max isn't back. So I don't really know how I'm gonna feel about that because like Max isn't there. But
Thank goodness. So we do want to show you outside is terrible.
Terrible.
I hate it. The Good Morning Kenora weather is brought to you by Casey's Grill and Bar. High of -9 today and a low of -16 with no snow, thank goodness. Huh? Tomorrow, a high of -7 and a low of -16. Guess what? No snow.
Yay!
Yeah, no, Thursday, high of -6 and a low of -17 with, guess what? No snow.
And sunshine.
And sunshine. So, you know what? And thankfully, and I do want to say that since we do have the illustrious mayor on today.
Yes.
Oh.
What?
You know what? I just want to say, where were you, Dave Kane, when, sorry, Mayor Canfield, whoever you are. Never mind, I lost my point. Oh.
Council last night.
Council, thank you. I was about to talk about council. I lost.
Council.
Wow.
Council.
I don't know what. See, I checked out. As soon as he said Dance with the Stars,
I know, Dance with the Stars just gets everyone just like, woohoo.
No, I checked out, and that's why I'm like trying to talk now. I can't. Wow.
Oh, come on now.
So, no, it's a good show. We do have Mayor Canfield on. He's going to talk about council was last night. There are a lot of things going on.
And Debbie Novak here from Triple Play.
Absolutely. So we're going to talk a little bit about snow removal since there is a ton of it.
Is there really?
Maybe a little bit.
I beat the odds last night.
Okay.
I backed into my driveway, and I parked right at the end of my driveway. Okay. So even the snowplows, when they come in, like they couldn't even like push anything up against my driveway because like the front of my car was like kind of right out there. So this morning I just kind of like walked like knee deep to my car.
That just means that they can take the front of your car off.
Yeah, they wouldn't though, because you know what? Mayor Dave Canfield would have something to say about that.
You'd probably be the one driving. Oh, Tracy, grunge, done.
You're bad. You're mean.
Hey, you know what? Just because Mayor Dave would probably come shovel my driveway for me because he likes me so much.
Where do you get that?
I don't know. I was just asking.
You can't even say council.
I know. Let's go to a break. This is terrible. ELA. Yeah, you know, yesterday too, Matt and I were bugging the co-op kids about getting out, and we were talking. The ELA's back in the headlines. So here they are. They actually did. They went out yesterday. They braved the snow, and they got us a streeter. So check this out. This is a little bit of a piece about the ELA and what people's opinions of it are.
Hi, I'm Liam McGaughy with Shaw
people must be
TV,
so
and today
happy
I'm
that
asking
I'm
people
back
what their
today.
opinion is on the Experimental Lakes area closing.
I don't know, Mr. Lake.
Mayor
So
Dave.
what's your opinion on the budget cuts for ELA?
I think it stinks. That's not very articulate, I know. But we've had that going here, those experimental lakes going here for years and years and years. It's a worthwhile cause. How do they roll that up and wrap that up and leave it nothing? All those dead lakes, useless now for anything. Let's keep it going. It's worthwhile. It keeps the universities and the ocean program going. Who cares if it's in another province? We're still Canadian. Let's keep it going.
I agree. There's been a lot of work done there, and it is kind of a waste. All right, thank you for your time.
Hey, you have a great day. Hey.
I think it's tragic that they're closing down such a wonderful program. It's been a fabulous experience for countless people and invaluable statistical research. I think it's very tragic, and I hope that it doesn't close.
Yeah, agreed. There's been a lot of work done there. It's something hard to see go. But thank you for your time. Enjoy your day.
I think it's sad. Jobs lost.
There's a lot of research done there, so
Exactly. Yeah. Lots of research. And got things we may never know now. And
what do you think they're going to do with all that land?
I don't know. That's a good question. So, are you allowed to swim there? I don't even know if you're even allowed to swim there anymore. Can you swim there, or boat there, or fish there?
Well, I know they dumped a lot of chemicals to do testing, so I would doubt it, but
It's kind of useless, right? It's wasted land now, right? But yeah, they could still be doing something to help out the world, Canada, whatever. Yeah.
okay, well, thank you for your time. Enjoy your day.
Thanks.
So there you have it. Experimental Lakes area is closing, and apparently it shouldn't be. I'm Liam McGaughy with Shaw TV. Have a good one.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome, Mayor Dave. It's been quite some time since we've seen you last.
I have to apologize. I missed the last show, and it wasn't on purpose. I just, for some reason, it wasn't marked in my calendar, but it was in Heather's calendar, and I missed it, so I apologize. I won't let that happen again.
It's okay. You know how you can make it up for to me? You can get me one of these. Heather, you can get me one of these, and we'll forgive all, errors.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I commend you because you could have come out and said, well, I got called away to a meeting, but you fessed up.
Oh, hey, you know what? I mean, honesty is the best. You just got to say it the way it is. I forgot.
Fair enough. You can't fault you for that. So what's going on? You're been busy. Things are going.
Well, we passed the budget last night.
Okay.
Narrowly, but we passed the budget last night. No, actually, it was, I think, 6-1 or whatever. One councillor was opposed, but budget's gone through, and I guess the good news for some people is they're going to get a tax decrease. Not very many, though. If your assessment didn't go up, you're going to get a tax decrease because it's going down about 1.5% between the room and the school tax and the 1% decline that we did. It's about 1.41 or something like that percentage. So it would have a significant impact on some people, but as everybody knows that got their assessment notices, last fall assessment went up in most houses, and therefore your taxes will still go up. Your mill rate's going down, the taxes go up because your assessment went up and your house is worth more money. So I guess on the positive side, your house is worth more money, but that's not very comforting for people that are in residences that can't really, are having a hard time to make ends meet, with especially a winter like this, cold winter. If you're on fuel oil or electricity, it's going to be pretty tough, and a ton of snow. So, but it's true. We had a decline in the industrial rate, which we had it was a surprise. The Weyerhaeuser went down by about $7 million in their assessment, and that wasn't they didn't do a reassessment. That was just through impact. So things like this kind of shocked us, and of course, loss of funding for the UMP funding. And with our residential assessment going up, we ended up with a $162,000 larger bill to the District Services Board, whereas a lot of the communities actually went down. So a lot of stress. It's always hard to do budgeting. And the thing is, I've been saying it, said it last night, say it again. Next year, hopefully we can drop the mill rate even more. And I'm hoping like 2 or 3% or more, because it's a beautiful place to live, but you have to be able to afford to live here. And residential taxes are getting high right across the province, right across northwestern Ontario. Because the shift from industrial to residential has been huge in the last 8 years, not just in Kenora. Some communities are worse off than we are, and we're going to have to find innovative ways to get the mill rate down even more.
Absolutely. Well, that's one of the biggest things. I know a lot of people that they talk about moving out west and they want to go to these places like Victoria and Kelowna, and they say how beautiful it is, but I've known many people that have moved there, and then it's like they can't afford anything.
No.
Like housing and the rate is skyrocketed. So it's nice to know that we live in one of the best areas in the world. Like Kenora is so fantastic, and that you guys are taking measures to make sure that prices stay low, so people are able to move and live
Can
here.
afford here.
Exactly, because easily enough. Homes could jump really fantastically high just because it is such a beautiful spot.
And BC is a good example because what people don't understand is what BC stands for. It's not British Columbia, it's bring cash. It's very expensive. I mean, I've heard that statement from people that live. It is, you're right, it's expensive. And I mean, even City of Winnipeg, I have 2 daughters who live there, and their taxes are getting very high.
Yeah.
The shift to the residential taxpayer has been huge, not just in Ontario. It's worse in Ontario. Ontario is the worst province in Canada because we are the only province in Canada that has social services on your residential tax bill, which is wrong, and we've been fighting this for some time.
Yeah.
But we're the only province in Canada that has that. So, I mean, it puts an added strain on taxes. And, I'm a taxpayer, same as everybody else, and I'm just as upset as everybody else is. I mean, our taxes are too high, and the biggest problem is the discrepancy. Municipalities get 8 cents out of each dollar towards taxes. Each dollar that comes in, the feds in the province, we have all the highways and bridges are more than them, and yet they get all the funding. They get all the tax dollars, and they can run deficits we can't. So I mean, the inequity is worse than it's ever been, and we're going to have to keep fighting to change that and move it around.
Absolutely. Here's an idea for you. Elections coming up. Maybe you should do like a Kenora harmonized sales tax. So just for Kenora people, just throw another like 6 or 7% on there for everything people buy, and then use that money to fix things.
And then resign?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the whole balancing act. That's what we talked about last night, was the fact that the fact is our infrastructure is, we have an infrastructure deficit, like all of Canada. Municipalities are in rough shape because we've built a whole pile of infrastructure, and now we can't afford to upkeep it. And then the province downloaded a bunch of bridges on us. And the thing is, and we're very well managed. Like, we've got money in reserves. We put money away to replace equipment, to replace buildings, to fix buildings, to do things like that. But at the same time, you could never put the money away you need to put away to have your infrastructure top of the line. And if you did, nobody could afford to live here because your taxes would be so high. And that's kind of what the jockeying, I guess, for position in council was no, we should be putting more money away. Well, you can put all the money away you want, but if you can't afford to pay your taxes, you got a bigger problem. So it's that balancing act in politics where you have to, we have to find a way where we have sufficient infrastructure. And realistically, I mean, if you go, this is pothole season. I didn't want to get on that subject, but and it's going to be horrible this year because of all the snow we got. But you know what? At the end of the day, if you drive around Winnipeg, and that's flat and level, pretty easy to build roads. Yeah. But it's the potholes there are a lot bigger than they are here.
Absolutely. Well, with the snow removal too. It's coming up that we had another huge dump. So there are extra bills because you guys have working overtime now and trying to get this all cleaned up and cleared off. So that's also another surprise as well when it comes to like budgeting and things.
Oh yeah, this snow budget this year, we won't even talk about it. It's good. I think Rick said last night, we don't know yet. No, you guys should know. You're weatherman, kind of master of all trades here.
It's true. It's very true.
Chris, I think we've had a record snowfall for January, February, March for years, or maybe a record. And with that, the dump we got yesterday, we're probably there and over. And I've never seen snowbanks this big in years and years and years. And I think Rick said we've already moved more snow this year than we moved in the last 3 years put together.
Wow,
that's crazy.
That's a lot of snow.
What's the total amount of roads?
Absolutely.
We have about 670 lane kilometers of road in Kenora, and so that's a lot of road. When you say lane kilometer, that's you're measuring each side because obviously you have to go this way and this way. So that's the graders going or the plow trucks are going down 670 kilometers of road, and it's kind of hard to do in 1 or 2 days. You can't do it, and when it just keeps snowing, and if it's not snow, it seems to be freezing rain.
No, exactly. And you know what? You are doing a really wonderful job. Last night, even did one pass, like the grader came by and did one pass down the street. And then this morning they came by and did another one. So, I mean, I got to commend you on at least the fact that, I mean, you maybe, there's a lot, but you are getting to areas at least just to one pass, just to help people out, which is really fantastic. I mean, I got out of my driveway, which was...
Well, and you know what? And
good.
it's, and what I've been finding is that it's not just for people that think that they just do it through like the 9 to 5 kind of thing. It's like so not true because, I mean, as annoying as that light and the buzzer is at like 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, you just kind of got to put your earplugs in, put your blinder on, and because it's like the streets are going to be cleared in the morning because like they're going. Like,
They're working all night. Yeah, we
the
have
time.
crews on shift in the wintertime and this time of year, and it's. I mean, nobody's ever going to be happy, obviously, because if your road's not plowed, you're not happy. And the thing is, you know, we just ask people to be patient and the potholes. Wow, slow down, folks, coming up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Mayor Dave, thanks very much for coming on.
Thank
It's
you.
always a pleasure to see you, sir. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. We're going to go to a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to have Deb Novak from Triple Play on.
It can begin with the simplest of gestures. A gift of time, energy, commitment. Something precious that grows stronger with every hand that touches it. And grows across communities and through the very fabric of our nation. And begins, once again, with the simplest of gestures. To Canada's 6.5 million volunteers, thanks.
Please join us April 5th at 9 a.m. for a special episode of GMK, when our guest will be RCMP Officer Tad Milmine. Tad will be speaking about his anti-bullying initiative that is now recognized across the country. He has an important message, and we hope you'll tune in.
Welcome back, everyone. Deb, how are you?
I'm great.
She's kind of like leaning away from us. I think she's scared of us today. Come on.
Yes, I can snuggle in more.
Honestly, I don't blame you. I really don't. It's been a wonderful show so far.
So how are you today?
Wonderful.
Yes?
Yeah.
So Triple Play, and what are we talking about today?
Today, I'd like to talk about volunteers.
Sure.
One of my favorite topics.
You know, you can't run these organizations without
No.
volunteers.
No.
We're always looking for volunteers. We usually get our board members out helping, but we do have some vacancies on our board right now if anyone's interested. We meet once a month. Sometimes, usually it's the second Tuesday of the month for a 1-hour board meeting. I provide snacks for our board. It's a little incentive. I learned long ago that you have to feed and reward your volunteers.
Get people to show up.
You betcha, food works well. High school students needing community hours, give me a call. You can do your 40 hours quite quickly. You know, we need lots of burgers flipped, the equipment room sorted, volunteers for Take a Kid Fishing Day, all the other events we run. Volunteers are very valuable, and Kenora actually is very, very generous with their volunteer hours, but sometimes they don't know, they don't want to commit to anything because they don't know what's involved. So lots of times with us, it's as simple as flipping burgers for 2 hours or something, or whatever. It's, you know, not anything major to commit to. Even as a board member, you know, we meet, like I said, once a month, that's it, and then set up our schedule for our events and, you know, take a 2-hour time slot. Bring a friend. My family are the best volunteers, let me tell you. My mother's retired, and thank goodness, because she's one of my top volunteers.
Well, I think there's a misconception with volunteers too. When somebody says you want to volunteer, then people get in their heads that, oh, if I volunteer, I'm going to be there 12 hours a day, and I'm going to have to do this, and I have to do all that. But it's not like that. I mean,
no, it's not. Like the last couple of years, we've taken on Diamonds and Ice and ran the barbecue and the bar at both spots. And if everybody pitches in and takes a 2-hour shift, the weekend goes by pretty quickly, and nobody's committed to staying there the whole weekend other than me.
Life of the
Well,
president.
you know what? And that's the thing is like volunteer, like you said, like, you know, you don't have to commit to a certain amount of hours. You can go in and you can actually say like, this is what I have.
Yep.
Here's my name. Here's my
Yep.
phone number, and call me if it fits into that slot.
Yeah, I mean, we would take any volunteer time, anybody who's willing to do it. I mean, right now I'm looking for somebody who's really savvy with the computer to help me with my website, updating it and stuff. And sometimes there might be a high school student saying, hey, I know how to do that.
And then you community
And
hours.
then, you know, there's their community hours, they're done, and I'm happy, they're happy, and yeah.
So if somebody is interested in volunteering, getting any more information about Triple Play, you have a website.
Yep, that needs to be updated, that I'm working on. Best way to get me is by phone, 466-2785, or email, donations@tripleplaykenora.com.
Excellent stuff. So, and how many events typically does Triple Play? So, if somebody is looking to volunteer, and they're like, "What am I getting myself into?" How many events do you do a year? And
Well, I'm just starting to do my summer calendar, so our first barbecue is April 16th, and then a couple of barbecues a month for one day, sometimes 2 days. I know we'll do the home show, so that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've got Canadian Tire Jumpstart coming up. If they call me and say, look, what do you need? What weekends are available? I can kind of give them the dates and they can pick and choose.
excellent. See, that's fantastic. I know I've actually myself, I've been involved in a lot more things over the last little while. Like last year, for volunteering, I actually got an eye opener because I volunteered to coach both my kids at soccer. And when my kids asked me, of course, you can't say no to them. And I was like, no, I'm in. But I thought it was I honestly thought that, I mean, I was gonna be like, I'm gonna live at the field, do all stuff. And you know what? Even they played like twice a week, and I mean, it wasn't all that what I thought it was gonna be. I mean, there was some work involved, but I enjoyed it, and volunteering actually.
Well, because it was soccer.
Well, yeah, that too.
And you're bonding
You're there anyway.
You're bonding with your children.
Not really a good example.
You know, you really deflated that for me. I was trying to get myself some good brownie points, a little bit of karma. You guys just totally shot it
So
down.
I should ask him to volunteer for maybe one of my figure skating
There
events
you go.
or my hockey
Yes,
event.
yes,
That would be real
yes.
volunteering.
Huh.
Yes.
I think that's typically a jail sentence, but.
That would be volunteering.
Something
That's
non-soccer related.
Yes.
Oh, I see, yes.
We'll find something for him.
Yeah.
Keep me updated. Well, that's fantastic. In the first event, is it April?
April
Yep,
16th.
April 16th, we're barbecuing for the 3-on-3 Hockey for Health.
Excellent.
And then we go right into May, which we start with the home show, and then
Yes.
Energy Tech charity barbecue, and then Take a Kid Fishing Day, and we just keep going all the
going.
way until mass registration in September.
Excellent. So when your events, like when you do any plans, I mean, barbecues, I mean, you do them lots, so they probably work very well.
Yes. Yep, it's one of our biggest fundraisers, about $10,000 a year barbecuing.
Well, and speaking of volunteers, like, have you thought about like doing different types of things, like saying, you know, I mean, let's try this and let's do this and let's try that, like, or is it just kind of stick to what you know?
We're sticking to the barbecue. It
Yeah.
seems to work well, and we get contacted quite a bit to do the barbecues. So until that dies down, we'll just keep going.
Unless you have new volunteers that want to come on to like
With
do
new fresh
great
ideas.
New fresh ideas.
And didn't I say we had a vacancy on the board?
Yeah, I do
did.
believe you did.
Is it an important spot?
I
Because don't,
kind of think Chris is like, is he volunteering? Do I get a volunteer?
I think at this point we need to go to a break and cool down, settle the room down. We're getting a little heated. So, Deb, thanks very, very much for coming on.
Thank you
It's
very
always a
much.
pleasure. So we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, I'm sure Dance of the Stars is going to come up again.
Kenora would like to thank Wind and Water Interiors for being a proud supporter of local television programming. Wind and Water Interiors, 326 2nd Street South.
Two-game ticket packages for the Rema Renwick Cup are now available at Johnson's Pharmacy and the Standard Insurance. The Thistles defend their title as reigning champs March 29th, 30th, and 31st at the Kenora Rec Center. See it broadcast live only on Shaw TV.
One tree over its lifetime will remove about 40 tons of pollution from the atmosphere and replace it with pure air. Think what millions of trees will do. Help Tree Canada grow clean air trees do their part, let's do ours.
For those who ride, you know snowmobiling is great fun. What you probably don't know is that drowning is one of the leading causes of snowmobiling fatalities. When it comes to riding frozen lakes and rivers, always check with locals for ice conditions and know before you go. Traveling on ice can be dangerous. Beware of pressure cracks, thin ice, and open water, and always ride with a buddy. When it comes to ice, if you don't know, don't go. Safe riders, you make snowmobiling safe.
Welcome back, everyone. Wow.
You okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting picked on. This is like high school all over again. You're ganging up on me. Jack gangs up on me. It's terrible.
Jack, I don't know what he's talking about.
I'm not quite sure what I did, but I can.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's the best part when you don't even realize you're doing it.
I know.
You don't have to put any effort into it.
He's a natural at it. See, there you go. We for the next week, from Wednesday to Wednesday, we're gonna have a special Easter thing going on.
Yes.
Yeah. When you're watching the show, we're gonna have an egg. An egg pop
There
up
you
in the show.
go.
Yeah. See, there you are. So we're gonna have an egg show up on the screen, like this. You can't see it. When you see the egg, send us an email at goodmorningkenora@shaw.ca.
Yes.
You can also go to our Facebook page, which is Facebook.com/Good Morning Kenora, and tell us what time, when in the show you saw the egg, and you can win a Tim Hortons coffee.
Yay!
Every day from tomorrow to next Wednesday.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so tune in. It's good.
I think that's cool.
We love Easter.
I think that is very cool.
Mm-hmm. And there's other things going on here in the next little while. What do you got?
There's a total of 18 employers will be represented at a job fair taking place in Kenora today.
Yep.
Employment Outreach 2013 will take place at the Best Western Lakeside Inn. So Josie Mintel is with the Kenora District Schools Service Board and says that there is a wide spectrum of agencies and businesses that will be represented. So this is a really great place
Keep going.
to go.
He picks on you. I know.
I know. He doesn't like.
Don't side with him.
Subliminally, you know, it's like a little jab. But you know what? Job fairs are a great place to go to
Yeah.
because it is this time of year where a lot of employees are going to start trying to get their summer employment and everything.
Absolutely.
So if you're home from school, if you have to get kind of like placements and everything, it's a great place to go and.
Or I mean, you know, your kid. You know, you want your kid out of the basement.
Yeah.
Go to the job fair. You know, check it out.
Yes. And the other thing that I'm kind of excited about is I am going to be on the Vagina Monologues.
It's fantastic.
And I'm pretty excited about it. It's for a great cause. It's to raise awareness for violence against women. And we'll be putting it on April 26th and April 27th. So I'm going to get Emily on the show to actually talk more about it. The 26th will be at Minnis Hall, and the 27th will be at the Cornerstone, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's to raise awareness and to a lot of money for women's shelters and for a great cause. So I'm very excited about that.
Congratulations, very excited. So the next couple of days, though, I'm not excited about at all. This is unpleasant. Good morning, Kenora weather brought to you by Casey's Grill and Bar. High of -9 today and a low of -16. Fortunately, no snow. Tomorrow, high of -7, a low of -16, some cloudy skies, but no snow. And then on Thursday, a high of -6 and a low of -17, and guess what? Sunshine, no snow.
Well, I kind of think we've got enough snow. So I'm going to make a prediction. I know that you usually make predictions for weather.
Yep.
We always say that we get another big dump around the Easter thing.
Yep.
I think this is close enough to Easter, so I think this is it.
This counts as the Easter dump.
I hear Jack shaking his head, but
we like to be optimistic on this side of the camera. This side of the camera.
No more snow.
That's right. We're optimistic.
Yes.
Smile, Jack. Not
Smile,
so much,
Jack. It's no more snow.
So no more snow, but get out, enjoy your day. It's going to be a fantastic one. We will see you here bright and early tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of the show.
Nay.
See you later.
This episode of GMK was brought to you by Devil's Gap Marina, located at the end of Matheson Bay Road on beautiful Lake of the Woods and open all year round.